the way it was going, I would have to work till I dropped dead. The amount became so massive, I could not pay back. I was that close. I was literally that close to kind of, because if I'm not here, they can't have the money. You know, they can't come after me. If I'm not around, they can't come up. What, they're going to come after me? They can't dig me up. Well, my name's George. I'm a carpenter. Been a carpenter for 35 years now. No kids, married, no kids, couple of dogs, and that's about it. I just moved to Norfolk in 2019, end of 2019, and in the building industry, it's normally dead December, January. So we thought we'd move up at that time, gives us a month or two to move in, and then I'll start looking for work. Found some work here and then, of course, COVID kicked. And basically that's when it kind of started, that, you know, no money coming in. And although they gave employed people 75% or 90% of their salary, the self-employed people didn't get anything near that. So, of course, it was 3 months, then it was 6 months, then it was 9 months. So there was basically no money coming in for 9 months. And obviously money going out continuously. And then I landed a job with a kitchen company, well, a subcontracting for a kitchen company. And it was great pay. It was away from home Monday to Friday, but the pay was very, very good. And I thought, well, if I can do this for, you know, six months, a year, I'll be out of trouble, money in the bank, happy days. So first few months, things were going well, you know, getting paid a week late, but still getting paid, monthly invoices. And then this went on for about 6 months. And then I didn't get paid for 1 month. The guy said, oh, it's an accounting error. The accountant will sort it out. Da, 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 da. This went on and on and on. And I put my second invoice in. And that 2 invoices were around £22,000 for the 2 monthly invoices. Yeah, I'll get you paid. Yeah, I'll get you paid. But of course, I never heard anything from him again. That was it. I basically fell into a bit of a depression. So work wasn't great. I wasn't really feeling in the mood for anything. And of course, more money was going out, more money was going out. I was borrowing more. And I kind of was robbing Peter to pay Paul. I was borrowing money. I was getting there, but I was basically taking out on credit cards to pay the credit card companies. My depression was getting deeper and deeper. I couldn't talk to the missus about it. I wasn't sleeping at night. I was basically getting deeper and deeper into a hole, to the point I was like, you know, there's only one way to go, and it's not to be here, you know, because you couldn't, there was no one, I'm a 57-year-old bloke. Who do you turn to? You can't turn to your mum or dad and go, oh, by the way, can I borrow 80,000 quid? It was Tesco Bank that called me about missing a payment. And I basically just explained to her, I said, look, I'll be honest with you, I'm broke. I can't do this anymore. I can't keep borrowing money. Work's not coming in. I just can't do this. And she was very, very, very nice. She said, well, have you ever thought of talking to someone? And I didn't even know anybody existed to talk to be honest with you. I didn't even know there were people who help you. So she said, why don't you call PayPlan, you know, have a chat with them, see what they could do for you. A massive, massive weight off my shoulders. I'll be honest with you, I started crying. She came up with a plan, and when she told me the amount and, you know, that's sustainable, it was like, yeah, absolutely, 100%. I'll be honest with you, it was a lifesaver. I mean, I was that close. I was literally that close to kind of, because if I'm not here, they can't have the money. You know, they can't come after me. If I'm not around, they can't come up. What, they're going to come after me? They can't dig me up, you know, make me work. So the relief was tremendous. And also, I suddenly thought, you know what, I can reset now. If I stick to it, it's for however long it takes. I won't be a pensioner and having to pay off massive debt. Think more about doing things properly rather than taking the easy options and doing the easy thing, which is basically borrowing money all the time and putting money on finance and putting, everything on finance or everything on credit and pay later, pay later. Because even now, I mean, I watch TV and you see the adverts, pay later, and you're like, it's so easy to get into that trap. But then suddenly paying later is £1,000 a month, £2,000 a month, £3,000 a month, £4,000 a month. I mean, mine was getting ridiculous. I can't even remember. I think at one point it was like 4,000 or 5,000 quid a month I needed to find to pay the bills. Anybody who's out there who's got themselves into trouble, they need to talk to you guys. They need to talk to somebody who can sit down with them and understand their problems. It was just the way you guys spoke to me and how you treated me. You kind of treated me with compassion rather than that you're a fool. So for me, that was a no-brainer. Everybody I've spoken to on the company so far have been absolutely great. I've just done my first annual review, and she was lovely too. And I've got nothing but praise for PayPlan, to be honest with you. They've helped me out a tremendous amount. I'm sleeping now. Everything's better. My blood pressure had shot up, anxiety had shot up. Everything was in a terrible way. Everything's under control now, and I know what I've got to do every month to make ends meet.